Hey, morning, Faith. How you doing? Hey, welcome in, Sophia. That's good, Faith. I'm glad. Doing pretty good. Just kind of woke up recently, made a video, and now we're live streaming. Waking up for the day. I really appreciate that. We'll be doing some black work today. Kind of blast in the background as dark as we can. And turn that down a lot. How do I do it? So it's basically we're wood burning. This is pyrography. So basically what we do is we start by lining it. I draw these freehand. They're all my drawings. And then we kind of just use different bits to burn it. Right now we're using a flat bit because they kind of has more surface area and you just run it around the surface and it burns the wood. It's a bit like drawing, but it you can't really erase is the problem. Do I do cartoon characters? I mean, I do my own characters that are a little cartoony, but I generally don't do like actual characters and stuff like that. Like actual fanfic or fandom is the word I'm looking for. So I'm not gonna do like like Jack Skellington unless you commission me. I mean, if you commissioned me for a Jack Skellington piece, I'd do it, but not by myself. Not really my vibe. I mean, Jack Skellington is, but not really doing other people's art. I've heard a lot about that film. I really do need to go watch it because it's supposedly very good. Um, it's on Netflix, isn't it? It's one of my favorite movies too. Growing up, before Nightmare Before Christmas was one of my favorites. Hey, thank you, Lux. Yeah, I mean, everything that's overrated might be overrated for a reason, though. There is probably an underlying essence of greatness. I'm not always a big fan of overrated things either, though, so I get you. So I don't sketch them with the burner first. I freehand the drawing. I will basically just freehand the sketch with a pencil. And then on our first day of the week, we come back in and we burn them. First step is line work. Second step is background, which what we're doing right now. And then the third step is going to be shading like you see on this guy. Thank you. I appreciate that. We got that scorpion you might work on too. How many have I done since I've started? I've done many wood burnings. Um, yes, it is a new project, Ejong. We try to start a new project every week, so it's Tuesday. We got our two new ones, which are our little eyeball guy and then the scorpion. But I've probably made well over 150, 200 pieces of original work. I've made a lot of original work. But these coffins, I've done 6 so far. This will be my 6th. There's 2 right here. Got a little beast in a box. This guy's really cool. There's another guy under there. Do I read manga? I've read a few. I like a few. I'm not like a big reader, but I definitely do like manga a lot. Am I going to sell them? Yes. They're going to be at, first going for sale at my brain rot music. Yeah, I get that, dude. I'm going to sell it at a show first. I have a show on the 17th of this month. And I want to bring these guys to the show. So if they don't sell at the show, they will be going to my Etsy, which is linked in the description. I do it for fun and I sell them. I began having so much extra work left over from all the pieces I made. I kind of had to sell them or give them away or something just because I don't have the space for all the pieces of art I'm making. No worries. Interesting. I remember Hunter x Hunter, but I don't know if I remember that. It's been a long time since I've seen Hunter x Hunter. Oh, okay. What timber is that? Honestly, I'm not sure. Usually, the best wood to burn on is basswood or basswood. I never remember how to say it right. But this is probably something like pine. I don't know. It smells a bit different and burns a bit different than bass. So we'll see. I mean, not that we'll see. I don't really know. It just strikes me as not the same wood. Smells different, feels different. I'm not really a tree identifier. Yeah, happy birthday. Is he holding a donut on its tail? So he'll get a bit more shading, but that's supposed to be a little eyeball. So basically, you'll see he's gonna get a bit more shading, kind of like this. You see that shading on the eyeball there? Yeah, an arborist. That's a good one. That's the right word. A tree guy. You know? Myas. Hi, Myas. I appreciate that, man. I mean, we're slowly but surely getting there. We might get monetized eventually, but I don't know. We'll see. Tree Fitty. Are you talking to me? My birthday is not for a couple more months. I have an October birthday. Yeah, so the monsters are all off frame. They all travel. Like the snake's gonna kind of his tail's kind of travel around. They're all like comprehensive. The smoke on this guy travels, so it kind of billows out, and we're gonna kind of add the black in behind the smoke, so it travels kind of throughout the piece. And same with this guy here. His tail kind of travels around, and he's got like some drips on the side. I appreciate that. I'm not a Scorpio. I'm actually a Libra. Aw, you're too kind. I do sell them. These guys are going to be a while until they're sold because I'm bringing them to an in-person show on the 17th of this month. But probably by the end of the month, they might be up on my website. Absolutely, why not spread kindness? Put out in the world what you wish to receive yourself. I mean, I've never really thought about doing shading, doing hatch lines. The problem is there's not very much darkness behind hatch lines. If you just do hatch lines, you can't pack in color and darkness. Like when I'm sitting here, like just one pass over, if I were to do like hatch lines, they're not going to be very dark. They're just going to be very light. And with wood burning, if you want to get things dark, you have to move over it a lot of times and then kind of like make circles to make it as dark as you can. The show is not going to be in Nashville. I'm from the Pacific Northwest. How do I do the orange color? So that's basically just one of the shading tips. It's a bit, the shading tip just doesn't burn as deep, so it kind of makes a tan color. Same with the candles and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they would have to be really wide. It's really hard. Like with wood burning, packing is what you want to do. You're basically packing in color over and over again, kind of like you would a tattoo, like doing black work. Like, have you ever seen someone do a black work tattoo? They just sit there going over the same area over and over again, trying to pack it in. It's very much the same idea. Sorry if you can hear my bird going off in the other room. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Sorry, he wanted breakfast. Oh, he, he was yelling because he wanted breakfast, so I felt like I needed to go give him breakfast. Looks like a Pokemon. It kind of does. I mean, he's slightly wheezing inspired. I love coughing and wheezing. They're a big fan, like, favorite of mine. I also really like any poison types. Have a good day, Faith. Have a good birthday, too. If you guys are hanging out, feel free to drop a sub. Haven't said that yet today. The fairy wheezing. I'm not a big fan of the fairy wheezing, honestly. I love Pokemon so much. You could probably name any Pokemon and I'd know exactly the one you're talking about. But yeah, no, I'm my favorite types are Ghost, Dark, and Poison. So if it's anything Ghost, Dark, or Poison, I probably like it. Poison type is probably one of my favorites though. My favorite Pokemon is a Poison type. Trubbish is my favorite. Well, Weezing isn't actually my favorite. My favorite Pokemon in general is Trubbish. He's a giant trash bag. Well, he's actually a baby trash bag. Morning, Kai. How you doing? Oh yeah, so you remember. I was wondering if you were going off of Weezing or going off of the fact that I said Trubbish. I'm surprised you remembered. That's sweet. Good morning, Thomas and William. How you doing? Trubbish is probably a cat. Is possibly a cat. I haven't heard that. Is he like a cat in the trash bag? See, what's up, man? Just a normal guy. What's up, man? How you doing? I like there's an old Japanese myth where if things get a soul if they've been alive for so long, um, and that means the trash has been around for so long that it got a soul. So that's usually what I go for. That's one of the reasons I really like Trubbish, because it's also kind of like an ecological statement saying like trash has been around for so long that it is now has a soul. Hey, thank you, Walmart bag. What the fuck? That's a name. That's one of the one. That's one that catches you by surprise for no reason. Are you a fan of Walmart or just random name? Do I do promotions? Not necessarily like promotions. I mean, I'll do shout outs and stuff like that, but and I also like find other artists on TikTok and stuff that I post that I'll repost and stuff like that. But I don't really do like promos. I mean, if any brands want to hit me up with like a wood burning sponsorship, fuck yeah. But I don't know. Fire. I'm trying to make fire. Sometimes if you hit it just right, it'll burst into flames for a second. Am I a fan of McDonald's? No. Not to be that guy, but I don't eat fast food. I'm cooking, literally and figuratively. That is true. We're cooking the wood. Hey, thank you, Walmart bag. I love that name. Where's a Target shopping cart? Or Lowe's hand basket? Yeah, I agree. My stomach doesn't really. My element is gonna blow like this. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Um, my stomach just can't really handle fast food very much anymore. Welcome in, random edits. Doing some wood burning. Hey, thank you. We're just scorching the wood. We'll be doing it with the scorpion eventually too, but right now we're just lining this guy. I really like the smoke travel on this guy. What's my favorite vegetable then? That's a random one. Probably broccoli. I'm a big fan of broccoli, and I also like peppers. Bell peppers are so good for you. I eat like at least 2 to 3, 4 salads a week. So I'm definitely a veggie guy. What's my favorite thing? Like to eat? Probably either anything Japanese, Korean, or Chinese, or pizza. I really like, I guess Asian food would be the best way to say it. Um, it's my favorite, and I also really like pizza. I'm from the Pacific. Well, I'm from America, but I'm not from the Pacific Northwest. I actually was born on the East Coast, but I'm living on the West Coast. So I like burgers. Yes and no. I'm not really much of a beef guy anymore. I have a bunch of chronic illnesses. One of which is an autoimmune disorder, and my autoimmune disorder makes it so I can't digest red meats very well. So red meats are kind of a problem for me. I don't eat too much red meat. I do occasionally, but mostly my meat diet is just chicken and fish. I also can't eat dairy or gluten. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I get that, Kai. I mean, that's how I feel about dairy and gluten and stuff like that. I love pizza and all that kind of stuff, but I can't really have regular pizza anymore. Oh, there we go. Fire. How long have I been on YouTube? Not that long, actually. We've been on YouTube for, like, consistently only about 2, 3 months. Um, yeah, about consistently. I started uploading my videos just as a side thing, probably like 4 or 5 months ago. Um, and then it just was kind of slow. It was meant to be like a TikTok backup in case TikTok ever died, but TikTok is dying already and it's not even dead yet. So, yeah. Yeah, your comment's visible. I just can't read everyone. You're German. We got people from all over around. Snow cabbage. That's a rare one. I like cabbage, but I like cabbage better raw than I do cooked. Is YouTube my main social media? Not necessarily. So my TikTok is actually at almost 10,000 followers. So we're almost at 10K on TikTok, and we're almost at 6K here. So we're approaching it. And technically, my biggest media is actually Red Note. For some reason, my Red Note is at like 20,000 followers. But yeah, we're kind of all over the place. We're on most platforms. But YouTube is where I stream the most. What is my favorite type of wood? So, I mean, I have favorite types of wood that are burnable and favorite types of wood that aren't burnable. You don't want to burn hardwoods because it just doesn't really work. It's going to take forever. So my favorite kind of wood to burn is basswood, basswood, just because it's so easy. But my favorite type of actual wood is probably ebony. I really like ebony wood. Am I sad I don't get very many views? Nah, I mean, it's getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. I got a short recently that hit, I think, 1 million views. So, I mean, I've gotten almost 2 million views across my channel. No parcel ice cream, sorry. And yes, I have plenty of face reveals on my shorts. So you wouldn't wood burn on ebony. That's what I mean. Like there are I have a favorite wood that you would burn on and a favorite wood that you wouldn't burn on because it's a hardwood, and two, it's black. Can't really burn an already black piece of wood. I did reply to you. I said we're not doing the ice cream parcel. Yeah, I kind of appreciate that in a way, Kai, because like I've said, like if I ever become a big streamer and I have like 100 people, 200 people in here, or even more than that, it's going to be really hard to keep up with you guys and actually chat with you guys and build a connection. Um, so it's a good way for me to build a good community slowly but surely from the ground up and not just blow up and not, act like I don't know nobody. My mango. Hey, thank you. I've been growing my hair for a while. I cut it myself randomly. Do I have a reason not to quit? I love it. I don't do this for the views. I don't do it for that. I do it because I have so much artwork that I need to do something with it. I have a giant case. I think I have a video up of my giant case of artwork. I have like 2 cases going on now. So I just need some of it out. And the best way to do that is to sell them and promote yourself. And, a lot of people told me to kind of sell my stuff in general because they think I'm really good. So I followed their advice, and here. Have I tried a flea market? Yeah, so I do regular markets. I actually have another one coming up on the 17th of this month. Um, Flea markets are a little cheap because my prices are a bit high for a flea market. A lot of people aren't going to have the kind of money I'm asking for at a flea market. Do I have another job? Yes, I do. I'm also technically disabled. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Is it Taiga or Taiga? Either way, I appreciate you. We got J darts, and as my wings flap coming in. So my other animal is my other job is working with animals. That's basically all I'll give you. I could see that. I could see that, Sammy J. Yeah, no, I really like this guy too. He's gonna be sick, especially when we add in like the detail shading and the a bit more of the tan color. I'm debating on if we leave the smoke kind of white, but we probably want to add a little bit of color to it just so it differentiates from our border here. So we'll see. See if I can't add this little corner in. How much do I charge roundabout? It really depends on the size. I mean, I have little $15 pieces on my website that are like pretty cheap, little pendants. They go up to like 60, 80. Like I have little, like this guy is probably like 50, 40, 50 bucks. And then the coffins are going to go upwards of close to 100. This guy's going to be a bit cheaper. He's probably going to be like 80. And then this guy's like 150. Yeah, no worries. How am I technically disabled? Um, that's a bit of an interesting way to refuse that or to pose that question, but I will answer it nonetheless. Um, I'm technically disabled because by the legal definition of disability and everything, my all my issues are on the disability list, even the legal one for US. Uh, like there's a list of registered recognized disabilities on the US Social Security and Disability website, and both of three of my illnesses are on there. No, I understand you weren't trying to offend. It was more just the phrasing of the question came off a little odd. You are a regular, and I understand you are not trying to be rude, and it probably was just coming off odd. I'm just letting you know that that kind of came off weird. A bird's going off in the other room. Do I use different tips? Yes. So I divide my work into three phases. Um, and each phase uses a different tip for the wood burning. The first phase is the line work on this guy. I use a regular line bit. We're using a flat bit right now to do most of the surface tension, surface, darkness, and then we'll come back in with a different bit, a ballpoint pen bit, and do more of the tan color. Yeah, Kai, it's so hard. Like, if you're an American and you want to apply for disability, do it soon because it takes a long time, man. I'm on year 3 or 4 of applying for disability. So it takes a long time. Hey, greetings, guys. How you doing? Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Olympia. Eh, you're not wrong there, NBA. I got backup plans for that reason. What creature is hella using smokescreen? He really do be looking like a Pokemon. A ghost? He really do be singing. I was gonna see if he wants something. He's just a singing man. Yeah, so I even have a lawyer through disability, and it's still taking a while. The problem is they just don't accept it. Your first answer is almost always going to be a no, and your second answer is probably also going to be a no. And each answer takes about a year or 6 months to a year to get an answer. So it do be taking a while. I've heard stories of people being on the waiting list for disability for 6, 7, 8 years. Yeah, dude, I fucking wish, honestly. I'd love to get out of this country if I could afford it. Hey, what's up, Eli? Welcome in. I appreciate the sub, the long time sub. I appreciate that. I really do. Well, that's almost all of the. That much detail in wood burning is crazy. I appreciate that. It really does. It is hard to add this much detail sometimes, but you get the hang of it. Wood burning on metal. I don't think you can do that. I don't think it gets hot enough. I think you would have to engrave it. Swap over to the. Yep, they do give up after their first or second rejection. Yep, I'm not gonna sit here and shit talk America, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Would that be sculpting? I don't know. Engraving, I don't think is technically sculpting. I think engraving, if anything, is drawing with just I mean, it's like right now, if what I'm doing is sculpting, which is it isn't. Engraving and wood burning are very similar. Have a good day. Ivar the Eyeless is a really good one. I'm surprised everyone likes that one so much. It actually does really good in number wise. Like it actually is a very viewed video. You got the cube creature. Awesome, Chris. I hope you like it, man. But yeah, no, the Ivar the Eyeless is really good for some reason. He honestly, he's a favorite of mine, but like, I just didn't expect him to do so well online. If I could live in or visit another country, where would I go? Realistically, I would go to Canada, but like if I had any choice and any ability, I'd probably go to a Nordic country, like Finland, Sweden, Norway, Ireland, something like that. Maybe even Scotland. If you had a chance to change your fate, would you? Oh, Samoa would be awesome. Like, yeah, if I got to visit a place, I also kind of want to go to like Thailand or something like that, or the Philippines. I really want to go somewhere nice and tropical that's really pretty, but I don't know if I'd ever live there. Hey, Filipino is awesome. Or the Philippines is awesome, but it's awesome that you're Filipino too. I didn't realize that you were Filipino. Sorry, I misspoke there. Oh yeah, I love the old castles they have in the Nordic countries, Ireland's, Scotland. I love saying Scotland in a Scottish accent. Well, now I'm going slightly Irish. I can do a lot of accents. They're all my drawings. Everything I do is my own original creation. I do not do any stencils or anything like that. I make it out of my own brain. Also, no AI. We don't like AI here. I mean, we do to an extent, just not generative AI. Sometimes they're called cold forts. I didn't know that. You wish you had the talent to manipulate your voice like that? Right. Cusco's poison. Right. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Like cheese scoop. I used to be able to do like a good Shaggy voice. I can do a Stitch voice. Ohana means family, and family means nobody left behind or forgotten. I can do a lot of voices. Oh boy, kids. It's your pal Mickey Mouse. Not my best, but I can do it. Do I have any lore about them? I really should. If I did some more, like I actually started watching this Instagram artist or something like that, and he does such good world building for each of his creatures. And if I did more world building, I honestly might get more views. So I've thought about trying to do some world building ideas. I've also gotten suggestions to start like a short story or a spooky novel or something like that. Yeah. I people have said that they all interlock well and they could do well in the same universe. It's like a creepy D&D campaign. So I'm not gonna be. I mean, I if you guys want to commission me to do Jack Skellington, you guys can. But generally, I'm gonna stick to my own designs if I have the choice. So unless someone's paying me to buy Jack Skellington, I'm probably just gonna do my own stuff. Webtoon, okay. Is that a good place to start for comics and stuff like that? Love D&D too, yeah. Yeah, no, some people have said they want to buy my art just to use my characters as D&D like monsters and stuff like that. Just have them sitting in the background as like the beast you're trying to beat this game or something like that. I mean, the scorpion's a bit normal, but I usually have some pretty bizarre creatures. Very end times world eater kind of stuff. Pokédex entries would be interesting. I low key like that idea. I didn't think about Pokédex entries. Mythed up. Maybe I'll have to look at it. I do octopus all the time, man. An octopus is probably one of the common things I do, or something close to an octopus with tentacles. I like. I at least have like 20, 30 art pieces with tentacles. Because octopi are one of my favorites. You want to see me do an octopus? I'll go grab the octopus. One sec. So I have many things that are kind of like an octopus, but this is probably the most octopus-like I have. I have many that are close to it, but yeah. But yeah, I really like the shading and the color on him. He's on my website as well if you really want. I'm back. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I love building characters. I haven't been in a D&D campaign in a while. Did I miss one, Ejong? That's interesting. Emotions correlate with the gas. That's pretty cool. What do I use to coat them? I actually have the can right here. Polycrylic. reason I like polyacrylic, the reason I like this stuff, is it is water based. The reason water based is important, because wood is porous, and if you don't use something water based, you're only technically sealing the top. You're sealing the top layer. Like if you use Mod Podge or stuff like that, you're just sealing the top layer. But if you use water based acrylic and stuff like that, you're basically sealing the inside of the wood too, because the wood will soak up some water based acrylic, and basically turn a little bit harder on the inside too. A rose would be cool. Macus Norman. Maybe I'll have to look him up. I appreciate that. Yeah, no problem. No worries, Ejong. You have a good day. A gas of can next to a rose? Like a gas can? That's an interesting idea. No worries, Ejong. Probably not going to be on for too much longer today. Probably going to cut it short before we finish this guy, because I got to go to work. Cedar shiplap. I have not, no. I appreciate that. I'm not wrapping it up this second, probably in another minute or two. I appreciate that though. Yeah, I'll have to. Mythed Up, right? Is that what you said? Mythed Up is the name? I should be able to remember that. Yeah, have a good day, Bumblebee. Thanks for stopping in. Anyone got any last questions before we start wrapping it up? Feel free to drop them. Probably be back on tomorrow. Well, I will be back on tomorrow. There's no reason I shouldn't be. Okay. You said a cedar shiplap? I'll have to look up what that even looks like. If it's burnable, I can definitely look into it. It might be an interesting little project to start. That's a good stopping point. We're getting there on the Scorpion. A bit more, but not done yet. We will be coming back in tomorrow to do some more of the black work, and then we are going to do some detail shading on probably Thursday, Friday, maybe a little bit on tomorrow. Thank you for stopping in, Remington. We are wrapping it up, sadly, though. So if you want to catch me finishing these coffins, I will be back on tomorrow about the same time I started today, which is about an hour ago. So if you hop on about an hour before now, tomorrow, I'll be here. Look at Home Depot. Okay, I'll have to go look at that 18 and counting. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone who stopped by. Thank you, Eli, for stopping by. If you are a longtime sub, I really do appreciate the longtime subs a lot. So, yeah, no worries, Kai. I really do appreciate you too. You're always here. Honestly, you've been here enough. You can be a mod. If you want to be a mod, I modded you. I can unmod you if you're not into it, but you are here and I respect your judgment. So if you want to ever help out on the moderation of chat, Kai, you're here enough that I definitely trust you. But anyways, we are wrapping it up. If you guys got any other questions, yeah, no worries, Kai. I have like 3 mods now. It occasionally does get a little crazy, so sometimes I need some help, but it's mostly just profanity, racism, sexism, stuff I want gone. Trolls and stuff are fine in general, just not like people being blatantly rude and ruining the vibe, you know? So just, keep that in mind. But I appreciate everyone hanging out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Everyone have a good day, stay safe, and yeah, I really do appreciate y'all.